Rarely do we find intact, unearthed, and quickly identified relics from prehistoric times that force us to reevaluate our position in the grand scheme of things. Numerous advanced societies have arisen, flourished, and eventually fallen throughout human history. Historians have written extensively about many of them, so subsequent cultures can trace their rise and collapse. Some, however, seem to have vanished without a trace. While the fall of some civilizations can be pieced together from hints left behind, the demise of others remains a secret. In this video, we'll be discussing the terrifying discoveries in Egypt that scare scientists. Number 10. 3 ancient baths. Xi'an, a city in China's northwest, is the site of the discovery of 3 opulent bathhouses dating back 2 millennia, thought to have belonged to the royal family. 3 ancient rectangular baths were uncovered by archaeologists, each constructed from patterned clay bricks and with sewage outflows, according to the local heritage department. Multiple dynasties probably used these historical locations. During 475 to 221 BC, the Qin kingdom called the ancient city of Yueyang in the Yanliang district their capital. The Qin king and his queen may have had exclusive use of one of the baths, which was located near the royal family's living rooms in the palace. From 221 BCE to AD 220, the Qin and Han dynasties controlled China. So far, archaeologists have excavated 3 palaces. The 3 baths may be found in the complex's central plaza, which spans 4.6 square kilometers. Number 9. The stone treasure chest in Egypt. A stone chest holding a sacrificed geese and a ceramic box was discovered by researchers at one of the world's most renowned dig sites. Discovered in the center of a royal cemetery in the Deir el-Bahiri, the artifacts have been deemed potentially pivotal, since they may point to the location of the lost tomb of the pharaoh Thutmose II, who died over 3,500 years ago. The archaeologists uncovered the relics near the Nile, close to the better-known Luxor and Karnak temples. Warsaw University's Institute of Archaeology made the recent discovery. Thutmose II's name was found engraved on one of the newly recovered artifacts. Egyptologists believe the discovery may point to a possibly undiscovered royal tomb. Number 8. A golden cannonball from the sea. A massive, unusual fossil dating back 185 million years was uncovered when a magnificent golden cannonball was broken apart by a fossil hunter. While visiting Sandsend Beach in Whitby, Yorkshire, 22-year-old Aaron Smith came across the glossy rock and became pleased when he realized it provided all the clues it contained a fossil. The pre-med student, who goes out twice a week to look for them, insisted that the fossil was an Eleganteras from the Upper Lias Lower Jurassic period jet rock shales. Aaron was shown on tape displaying the shiny cannonball-shaped rock before exposing the fossil to reveal several palm-sized Eleganteras. He believes the iron pyrite, also called fool's gold, on the limestone of the golden cannonball, which he polishes to a shine, was naturally there. The ammonite-like fossil, discovered in ancient times, is nearly 185 million years old. Number 7. Benben. Ancient Egyptian mythology includes the Benben stone. Some theories believe this conical stone to have come from another planet. An obelisk's or a pyramid's capstone is known as the Benben stone in architecture. The Benben stone represents the phoenix, a mythical bird with the power to renew and start life again. Benben is the legendary mound from which the god Atum emerged to shape the universe out of the chaos of the primordial seas of Nu. Heliopolitan ancient Egyptian religion traces its origins back to this story. The Benben served as inspiration for the pyramid's design. Some people have even called it the Stone of Fate. There were attempts to track down the stone because of the legendary qualities it was said to possess. The stone was thought to emit a supernatural power that could enlighten whoever was in its vicinity. Number 6. Ancient Roman Hand of God. Archaeologists in the north of England discovered a mystery bronze hand not far from Hadrian's Wall. In 2018, archaeologists unearthed a child-sized hand at the old Roman fort of Vindolanda. The hand was discarded in a ditch near a shrine dedicated to Jupiter Dolichenes. A lost attachment once resided in the palm of the 4-inch hand. According to specialists, most depictions of Jupiter Dolichenes show him with his arm uplifted and a thunderbolt in his hand, demonstrating his devastating might. Well-being and safety are additional meanings associated with an outstretched hand. The hand was likely originally mounted on a pole, as evidenced by the socket at the base. A total of 25 wooden ink writings were discovered by the researchers, providing an intriguing look into Roman society. Number 5. Callanish stones. Over 20 monuments dating back to between 3,000 and 4,000 years ago can be found on Lewis, with the Callanae standing stones being the most well-known. Roughly 5,000 years ago, this amazing stone structure in the shape of a cross was set up. Callanae were used for rituals for at least 2 millennia before the famous Stonehenge in England was built. With over 50 stones, this intricate design resembles a cross with a circle at its center. Many hypotheses have been proposed, but an astronomical observatory seems to be the most plausible application for them. It is speculated that the extensions of the central circle, which consist of 2 rows of stones arranged in a cross pattern, were used to create alignments between the stones. Significant phases of the moon's orbit around the Earth were identified by these alignments. Number 4. 2,000-year-old Roman shoe. The ancient Romans were well known as talented engineers who built extensive highways to connect the large territories they occupied. Did you realize, though, that they are also in style? Not only did shoes in the empire keep feet warm and protected from the elements, but they also served as a mark of social standing. It should come as no surprise, given Italy's famed shoemaking tradition, that their Roman forebears are skilled cobblers. A pair of beautiful shoes from ancient Rome is on display at Germany's the Saalburg. As part of their historic boundary defenses, the Saalburg Roman fort can be found on the ridge of High Taunus Mountain. The fort and its adjacent settlement were enormous, supporting a population of about 2,000 at their height. It's amazing to observe how similar the footwear options are to the shoes we wear now. Number 3. Emperor for 27 days. An ancient tomb at Guanxi village in Nanchang was reportedly robbed in 2011 by the Jiangxi Province Cultural Relics Department. Almost the course of 5 years, a trained excavation team carefully removed over 10,000 exquisite burial artifacts. Among the many artifacts unearthed, perhaps the most significant is a little personal jade seal that definitively identified the host as Liu He, the Han Dynasty emperor who reigned for a brief 27 days. The body of the emperor was placed in a casket and covered with a silk robe and quilt. DNA testing was conducted on them at the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences Institute of Archaeology. In 2016, doctors found almost 40 sunflower seeds in Liu's windpipe, intestines, and stomach. The indigestibility of the seeds was seen as a causal factor in his untimely demise. Number 2. Titanosaur. In Argentina, scientists have discovered what they believe to be the fossilized remains of a dinosaur so enormous that it was likely one of the largest animals to have ever lived. The fossilized remains of a titanosaur, estimated to be 98 million years old, were discovered by paleontologists at the Neuquén province, northwest Patagonia, Argentina, in deep sedimentary strata. Titanosaurs are a vast, diversified group of sauropod dinosaurs, distinguished by their massive size, long neck and tail, and four-legged stance. The discovered 24 vertebrae of the tail, as well as components of the pelvic and pectoral girdle, are likely to belong to a titanosaur. According to a study published in the journal Cretaceous Research, specialists estimate the monster to be one of the largest sauropods ever unearthed, and possibly even larger than the Patago titan, a species that lived between 100 and 95 million years ago and could grow to be as long as 37.2 meters. Number 1. Homo sapien fossils. The Jebel Urud site in Morocco has the oldest known Homo sapien fossils, going back 300,000 years. In comparison to other fossils of Homo sapiens, which have been reliably dated to the same period, this one is older by a whole 100,000 years. Researchers published their findings in the April issue of Nature. This is the first time such fossils have been found in North Africa, expanding Africa's cradle of mankind designation to the entire continent. However, what the scientists found to be most impressive about these fossils was the way in which they preserved a snapshot of evolution. The skull's facial features are similar to those of a modern person, but the brain case is unusually elongated and reminiscent of ancient humans. Increasing evidence suggests that contemporary humans and our close ancestors, the Neanderthals and the Denisovans, had a genetic split around 500,000 years ago. The ancestors of contemporary humans, it was thought until this finding, lived in Africa some 200,000 years ago and looked quite similar to present humans. But in the meantime, what exactly happened? This is currently a mystery. That's all for this video. Leave your thoughts on these discoveries. Also, take a minute out and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned and see you soon.